the Gentiles know that the microchip is a mark of the beast. When are you Israelites gonna wake up? Anyway, this is a live stream. I'm gonna just let you hear it, and I'll give you the information after.
That guy can't even say his initials. EC. Right. Oh my God! No, I agree. But think about it, in America, you can't say the name of the guy that makes an accusation.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to face your accuser.
That triggers an impeachment of our president.
You
Can't say his name.
A corporation censored one of our congressmen?
Yes.
Yeah,
Senator.
You can't even face your accuser, brother.
Rand Paul on the Senate floor was not talking about whistleblowing or impeachment, was talking about something unrelated, and simply by saying a name, they pulled the C-SPAN video.
So that was probably
which is a beta test of total control. But let's talk about it.
No. I reached out to Google and I said, "Does this mean?" It was in reference to a Fox News video that brought the guy up.
Let's hope I didn't pass
the
this.
Mainstream media and press and politicians are talking about this. Are we clear to say the name? And they said no, and they took down Fox and C-SPAN. That's crazy.
You're wondering why you're not banned. It's not because they're...
Yeah, why aren't they banning me?
They're not keeping you around because you're in the next paradigm and they're going to ban the below you. It's because the people inside Google are listening. They know you're right. You're convincing. You're smart. It's not an ask kiss. You were asking, like, why have they banned me today before we went live? It's because you're convincing. They know you're right. And so they even have a soul still there before AI totally takes over.
I hope you're right.
I think I'll get banned.
Are you guys going to take the Neuralink?
Nope.
No.
Oh, let's talk about Elon Musk. I like Elon saying no to forced vaccines, the COVID exaggerations, the hysteria. He's dead on about that. But meanwhile, he's like, come into my little corner shop at the mall. I'll put a brain chip in you for $20.
Yeah, no.
It's super creepy.
It's down to 20?
Whatever, I'm just sarcastic. That's a literary.
They said Neuralink,
Go to
Elon Musk, brain chip.
Neuralink.
Yeah,
I'll take it, Neuralink.
Get your brain chip, like getting your ears pierced, yeah.
You heard him say it? He just said it. Mark of the beast.
Yeah, well,
I just think a corporation, it's not because they're...
Yeah,
Let's try to catch it
They're
again.
not keeping you around because you're in the next paradigm and they're going to ban the below you. It's because the people inside Google are listening. They know you're right. You're convincing. You're smart.
This is Tim Cass, IRL. Alex Jones talks lockdowns, the election with Tim Pool and Michael Malice.
I hope you're right.
I think I'll get banned.
Are you guys going to take the Neuralink?
Nope.
No.
Oh, let's talk about Elon Musk. I like Elon saying no to forced vaccines, the COVID exaggerations, the hysteria. He's dead on about that. But meanwhile, he's like, come into my little corner shop at the mall. I'll put a brain chip in you for $20.
Yeah, no.
It's super creepy.
It's down to 20?
Whatever, I'm just sarcastic. That's a literary flourish, but no.
You go to it's like a tattoo parlor and piercing and Neuralink.
Yeah,
I'll take it, Neuralink.
You get a brain chip, like getting your ears pierced, yeah.
You think it's the mark of the beast?
Well, I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Well,
I just think a corporation putting a cell phone in my head doesn't sound too good.
Don't you want to join the Borg, though? Doesn't it sound good?
No.
Let's hear that again.
Yeah, why aren't they banning me?
They're not keeping you around because you're in the next paradigm and they're going to ban the below you. It's because the people inside Google are listening. They know you're right. You're convincing. You're smart. It's not an ass kiss.
The children of this world are wiser than the children of light
It's because you're convincing
in their generation.
And so they even have a soul still there before AI totally takes over.
I hope you're right.
I think I'll get banned.
Are you guys going to take the Neuralink?
Nope.
No.
Oh, let's talk about Elon Musk.
Which is owned by Elon Musk.
Saying no to forced vaccines, the COVID exaggerations, the hysteria. He's dead on about that. But meanwhile, he's like, come into my little corner shop at the mall. I'll put a brain chip in you for $20.
Yeah, no.
Mark of the beast.
It's down to 20?
Whatever, I'm just sarcastic. That's a literary flourish, but no.
You go to it's like a tattoo parlor and piercing and Neuralink.
Yeah,
I'll take it, Neuralink.
You get a brain chip, like getting your ears pierced, yeah.
You think it's the mark of the beast?
Well, I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
Well,
I just think a corporation putting a cell phone in my head doesn't sound too good.
Mark of the
want to join
beast.
the Borg, though? Doesn't it sound good?
No.
You will be
It's either like join
Listen,
the Borg
listen.
or the Borg controls you, right? Like
Loki-
like slave.
Loki said, "Is this not better?" When he was subjugating the people in
Don't quote my dad against me, okay? let's not
I
do
was
that,
actually
Chance.
quoting a Marvel movie.
I know who Loki is.
You mentioned Elon Musk, Neuralink. Alex Jones said Elon Musk. He spoke about a brain chip in the head. Someone mentioned the mark of the beast. Is it the mark of the beast? And someone else said yes. And then they spoke about the Borg. If you know about the Borg, look that up. It's a whole different topic. And they said basically they want to put everybody in slavery. So I'm gonna give you a precept, and I'll close. Bear with me for a minute. Let me pull this up. Pull up the blue letter. Any Israelite man out there teaching, or group out there teaching, and they're not covering the mark of the beast, the Lord hasn't fully opened up your eyes. You're just a mockingbird. I'm talking about some of these major camps. You know, here it is. It's November 12th, 2020 year of prophecy, and they're still talking about the mark of the beast is an embargo in Christianity. You know, either they're a bunch of idiots, or they sold out and they can't come out and say it. This is Revelation 18, one of my favorite chapters. Revelation 18, and it's Revelation 18 is a very simple scripture to break down. It's not a difficult scripture, but it says a whole lot. And one of my favorite scriptures. Let me see if I can find this, because they want to own you. Revelation 18 verse 13. They want to make the Israelites a commodity, and they want to make the whole planet a commodity to the very few super elite. When I say super elite, I'm talking about the trillionaires, the multi-billionaires, people worth, 50 billion, 100 billion, 150 billion, a trillion. You do have trillionaires out there. There's a reason why they don't brag about the fact that they're trillionaires, because they don't have small minds and little feeble egos. Anyway, Revelation 18 verse 13, and anyone that has a chip, see, any slaves that the elite possesses, as in the form of men, women, and children, they're going to be destroyed right along with the super elite. Revelation 18 verse 13, and cinnamon, and you know what? Let me go up. The key point is in the 13th verse. I'll start the 9th verse. Revelation 18 verse 9. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication went to bed with the super elite. That's why they became rich and have control. They're able to rub elbows, as the saying goes, sip tea together, eat together. These are leaders of these other nations that made backdoor deals with the super elite, the super rich. It says, and the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, and shall bewail her and lament for her after these, because the whole earth is not going to be destroyed. Like Vocab said, the destruction, the end of the world, is the whole earth exploding, like the Death Star in Star Wars. Vocab is clueless when it comes to prophecy, and that goes for all of his kind, the people that think like him. They don't know prophecy. That includes James White. It says, when they shall see the smoke of her burning, the smoke of her burning will be America on fire by being hit with, pelted with ICBM missiles coming from various directions from the earth, mainly from Russia, the parts of the Middle East, all that area. And then you have Russia, you have south of Russia, you have India, east of India, you have China. You know, all these. Then you have when you go to the west of India, you know, the China, Japan. When you go to the uttermost west, you wind up in the Middle East. Then you wind up in when you go north of the Middle East of Jerusalem, of the Levant, you got Europe, and the Europeans will also shoot missiles on the U.S. Something's going to happen where it's going to cause them to shoot all their missiles at the same time. There's something that's going to make them do it. It's actually the Most High. But there's going to be some agreement that the U.S. reneges on. Something's going to happen. We don't know. That's why you got to watch these politicians. You got to watch world events. You know, stop watching the local news and watch the global news. What's happening globally? Okay, so let me read that again. In 9th verse, Revelation 18 verse 9, and the kings of the earth, and all in this whole corn Julio, whatever you want to call it, will lead to the mass chipping. Elon Musk, Neuralink, the microchip, which these people, Alex Jones and a couple other people on that show, one guy mentioned, is that the mark of the beast? Let me read the 9th verse again. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication, meaning they made deals with them. You know, if you starve your people out and you do this, and we take the oil or we take your resources, your people are going to suffer for it, but you're going to live. You're going to live like a, you know, you're going to live like a god. That was that whole thing about the Shah of Iran. That was a puppet that the U.S. put up, and this guy was dressed up like royalty, and they had to get rid of him. It says, fornication, and live deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning from those missiles. That's going to come from these various nations, the European nations, the allies of the U.S., the EU nations, the NATO nations, standing afar off for the fear of her torment, but because they're going to watch the smoke on these news outlets that are around the world. There's got to be 1,000 plus news outlets out there, different news stations. Anyway, it says I have a channel that can get or app. I can get like 1,000 news stations, and I don't know if it's 800, 700, 1,500, 1,010, but I can get countless news stations around the world with this particular app. It says 10th verse, Revelation 18 verse 10, standing afar off for the fear of her torment. What is a torment? These ICBM missiles pelting Babylon the Great. And we know where Babylon is. We're going to be delivered. The main deliverance is going to be from Babylon, saying, alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, mainly China, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. You know, people in America, they lose their jobs, but they have credit cards, and what they do is engage in a thing called deficit spending. A deficit spending, you can look it up, is where you have no money, but you have credit. So you use a credit to buy things. And then you say, well, I'll worry about it. I don't got to pay it tomorrow, next month, Next year I can pay a little at a time. I can put up my house. So that's what's going on right now in America. People are buying brand new whips, houses with credit. When you buy a house, you don't pay full out that for the house. You put down whatever percentage, whether it be 5%, 10%, and you make monthly payments on the mortgage, and you pay the taxes, and that's why you have you have another housing bubble. You have another economic bubble, let's say, which deals with jobs, which deals with money, which deals with assets, which deals with houses, which deals with cars, which deals with boats. So this bubble is getting ready to burst, and then the reset is going to come in. The global reset. It says, and the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. The Babylon, the citizens of Babylon the Great are the great consumers of the earth. It says they buy by means of a deficit spending, which the government is doing right now. The U.S. government. It said the merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen. There was a stone that they dug up in Russia, and they cleaned it up and they sold it for $26 million. And fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet. What does Jake do when they become, rappers that win Grammys, and they'll have gold, platinum. Their album or whatever went gold, platinum. They have these multi-million-dollar deals. They do shows. They go out and they spend it. They spend like crazy. They buy the best money can buy. It says in silk and scarlet and all fine wood and all. And this is including Edomites too, the super rich among Esau. They buy things. They don't go to Walmart. The super rich, you're not going to catch them at Walmart. It said in all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble. Oh, when you go back to this guy, he hasn't been around. I forgot his name. This guy that did a too legit. You can't touch this. Can't even remember his name, man. Well, at one time, and we're talking about what, 25 years or so ago, maybe 30 years. This guy was worth over $35 million, which 35 million back then went a long way. Damn, what the hell is his name? He hasn't been around in so long. I can't even remember the dude's name. He did You Can't Touch This, and put it in the comment board. Too legit to quit, and he went dead broke. But he was living a lavish lifestyle. Him and his Christian wife. Yeah, I remember his wife because she was a Christian, and I guess she kept him stable and moral. But they were living. Go to that guy's story. And I hate that, man. I can't even remember the dude's his name. Anyway, it says and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense. Oh, and by the way, cinnamon regulates your blood your blood sugar. So if you have diabetes and you don't have the pills for it, or to take the needle, you take some, half a teaspoon of cinnamon and regulate your blood pressure. See, Jake doesn't know that because Jake doesn't study. And wine, the best of wine and oil and fine flour. They eat the best foods and wheat and beast. The super rich don't go to. You'll never see the super rich in McDonald's, except for Donald Trump, which he's got money, but he's a low class type of guy. And sheep and horses and chariots, meaning cars, trucks. It says and slaves, because what's going to enslave you? Well, every U.S. citizen is a slave. 13th Amendment, 14th Amendment slave. All of you are slaves. And souls of men. Souls of men meaning what? They're going to take your soul. By what? By what means? By the chip. They're going to own you. They're going to take your soul. That's why the Most High don't want you. That's why if you accept that chip, that means you made a deal with the devil. You sold your soul with the devil, so to speak. So the Most High doesn't want you, so he's going to destroy you, but then you're going to come back through the elect. Let me read on. And the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty. And when you look up the word dainty, because Apostle Ramab had looked it up, it's good to look up them words, go into the root words, and I'll show you what it means in a minute. Dainty.
Strong's G 3045. Leparas.
You should think of the word liposuction. What they do is when they put, you go through that procedure, what they're doing is they're sucking out that fat, which is grease is fat. Fat is grease. It says things which pertain to sumptuous and delicate style of living, like the king's food in the book of Daniel, the first chapter. It was rich food. It had to be deep fried food. Everybody loves deep fried food. Let me finish. You see it right there on the screen. It says from Homer down, fat, things which pertain to sumptuous and delicate style of living. And fat is oil. Deep fried. Everything's better. Everything tastes better when you deep fry it. Which is not good for the body. That's why you get fat and you gotta go get a liposuction. And lipo goes back to the Greek word lipos, which means grease or fat. You have a delicacy called, hope I'm saying it right, foie gras, if I'm saying it right, which is a duck's liver, which is fat. It's an organ, so to speak. If you take chicken, there's a term for it, a French term, when you fry chicken, but you fry it in its own fat. I forget the damn term, but you can put it on the comment board. But anyway, let's come back. Where am I at? Okay, I'm in the 14th verse. It says, in all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off. So China, why did China become rich? China became rich because of the things that they make that people around the world buy, mainly America. That's why you go, if you go into a Target's, you go into Walmart, you go into a BJ's, you go into a what's this other one, Costco's, these different big box stores. What you see is this, the first thing you see is a bunch of the big flat screen TVs, 50, 55, 65, 70 inch for about $200. So these flat TVs, these smart TVs, they're made in China. They're all made, everything that you buy from a BJ's or Costco's is made and assembled from China. So the Chinese became rich. When you go to a car dealership, you want to get the best part for your car, so you go to the dealership and you're thinking it's made in the good old USA. It's made in China, or maybe assembled in Mexico. See, this guy Trump saying he's gonna bring all the jobs back in manufacturing. That's not gonna happen. You know why? Because if they brought everything back and you said, I'm gonna work, we got jobs now, you're gonna want to make $50 an hour, at least $25 an hour. In China, they got people that work for maybe $2-3 a day. That's cutting the overhead. You people don't understand how the economy works. That's why all these manufacturers and these jobs, mainly manufacturers, went to Mexico, China, and other parts around the world. Cheap labor, cutting the overhead. It says the merchants of these things which were made rich by her, America, Babylon, shall stand afar off for the fear of a torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, alas, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple. That's what John saw in Revelation 17 chapter, and scarlet, which represents royalty, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, for 1 hour. Revelation the 9th chapter. The reason why this place is going to be taken out in 1 hour is because of the missiles. The ICBMs are going to take this place out in 1 hour. And the flames are going to shoot forth for a long period of time until the fire goes out. As if for 1 hour so great riches is come to naught, and every shipmaster and all accompanying ships and sailors and as many as trade by the sea stood afar off and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what city is like unto this great city? That's talking about Babylon the Great. Let me jump down. You can read the 19th verse. I'm going to jump down to the 20th. It says, rejoice, and this is what we're to do when we see this. If we are fortunate to be, we call ourselves the hopefully elect, if we are fortunate enough to be beamed up into those ships, or into the big gigantic ship, because Revelation 11 chapter said there's going to be one ship, and that very well may be Yahweh Shai's ship that looked like a mountain. You have this mountain in Colorado called Cheyenne Mountain Retreat, and they can fit, I believe, at least 1 million people in there. So the ship that the Lord comes back with, he can deliver the elect in Babylon. But we'll see, you know. See, hope, and pray. It says, rejoice over her. So when we see all this happens, we're not supposed to cry. We're supposed to rejoice over this. Only with thine eyes, Psalms 91, only with thine eyes shalt thou see and behold the reward of the wicked. Thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Let me jump down to you can read the rest of it, but I'm going to jump down to the 24th verse, Revelation 18 verse 24. And in her was found the blood of prophets and of saints, which are the Israelites. The prophets are the men of the Lord, and of all that were slain upon the earth. So this is what we're waiting for. This is the vengeance that we're going to get by the hands of the power of the Most High. Anyway, with that, I'm going to say shalom. It's on to the next one. Shalom.